I can remember as a 10-year-old girl laying on my parents' bed, listening to Pat Boone's song, Let Me Live, over and over and over again on their cassette player. And it was about a dream he had where unborn babies were begging for their lives. The children sang the chorus, let me live, let me live, let me walk into the sunshine, let me live. Feel my mother's arms around me, feel my father's love surround me, be a part of God's creation, let me live. As a 10-year-old girl, I didn't understand the impact that song was to have on my life. It wasn't a cheerful song or a fun song, or a song that you would share with your friends. So I didn't understand why I was so drawn to it. But within the past year, I have learned to understand that through that song, God was speaking to me, because at the age of 10, He knew where my life was heading, and He knew choices that I would face. So at the age of 18, I found myself a senior in high school, newly accepted into college, dating a boy who was an atheist, pregnant, and terrified. Abortion. That word has haunted me for almost 25 years now. The guilt was immediate. I remember waking up, sobbing, and praying that God would forgive me because I had just gone against everything I ever believed in. And you know what? He did. But I couldn't forgive myself. All that time, God was urging me, share your story. Help protect unborn babies. Help other women so that they don't make the same choices that you've made. But I couldn't, because I couldn't hurt my parents all that time. The abortion was still a secret. I couldn't embarrass them like that. So at that time, I was given the opportunity to participate in a Bible study called Intimate Encounters. And the Bible study was to help you realize why you couldn't open up and let people love you. But I already knew why. During the second week of this Bible study, I had a complete meltdown. It was like God was screaming at me. What is it going to take? Why wasn't my sacrifice enough? Why isn't my forgiveness enough? And I realized that by holding on to the guilt, I was telling God that He wasn't enough. And that's where Pathway to Hope comes in. I realized that until my abortion wasn't a secret anymore, I was never going to live the life that God intended for me to live. So I told my parents about the horrible thing I had done, and I received grace and love from them. I met with Lori in March of 2016. She told me before I met with clients she wanted me to go through the Bible study, Forgiven and Set Free. As I went through the study, I learned the guilt that I had been holding on to for denying Christ. He reminded me of the story of Peter and the guilt that I held on to about the murder. He reminded me of Moses and of Saul. And for the first time in 24 years, I finally felt forgiven. Since I've been volunteering at Pathway to Hope, I have seen so many doors open. I have seen women saved. I've seen women rededicate their lives to Christ. I've seen women choose life over abortion. Pathway to Hope is a haven for those girls. They can come to us and they can just completely unload on us, and we will love them. Pathway to Hope is a haven for women who have had abortions, who feel like they can not be forgiven. We need to be the voice from God that says, you are loved and you can be forgiven. God will forgive you.